Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the week of podcasts on overcoming graduation. My name is Brian Drury, and for everyone who's joining me for the first time, thank you for listening in. For anyone who's coming back, thank you for supporting me all this way. I love you guys, and I'm having so much fun doing these things. Especially today, because this is an important episode for recent college grads, because we're going to talk about student loans. Now, those two things may sound like a curse word to some people because student loans tend to be the bane of many people's existence. The interest rates tend to be too high. The number is astronomical to begin with. So guys, I feel your pain. I've been there, and I've actually found a fantastic way to refinance, reduce your rates, and save yourself a lot of money in the long run, because anyone who has dealt with loans knows that the interest is really what kills you. So to give you guys an idea, for anyone who has not listened to any of my prior episodes, because I reference this pretty frequently, I graduated with $80,000 in student loans when I came out of Penn State. Now, I was very fortunate because my parents had helped me pay as much as they could, but I knew that if I went to that school, I was going to have to take on those loans. I also told my parents that I would take full responsibility for them and make sure that I found a way to pay those loans myself. I did not want to let that responsibility fall on my parents, and I refused to let that happen. So that meant getting a job. That meant that I was going to make sure that I had a way to make these payments. Now, when I got my first job, I said I want to make really high payments, really aggressive payments, so that I can get rid of these things as quickly as possible. And eventually I got a roommate to help save some extra money and also make payments. So at that point I was paying about $1,000 a month towards my loans. So you would think, oh, okay, 6 months, $1,000 a month. So he spent $6,000. So, okay, he's down to about $74,000 now. Pretty good progress. Well, what I found is one of my loans, well, actually the range of my loans was between 6 and 10%. I had 5 different loans split between 2 carriers, just based on the timing in which I needed to take them. Federal subsidized, federal unsubsidized, private loans. So I had this whole mixture, bunch of different loans, bunch of different interest rates. And after all those months of paying all that money, I looked and I had barely even cracked the $80,000 original number. And so that is where the interest really kills you, is that the interest is accruing throughout the month. So when you put that money back in, it goes right to the interest first, and then whatever is left over goes to your principal amount. So for everybody out there, I know loans can be scary. I know finances in general can be scary. So this was a big thing for me. I wanted to know, I wanted to learn, I wanted to take care of this, but I spent only a little bit of time on it while I was living in Wisconsin. I called banks, I did research online, and I couldn't really find anything that fit or anything that worked. It just seemed that they would they offered to reduce my interest rate, but they severely reduced the amount of time that I had to pay it, or they'd increase the interest rate beyond what I was already paying and give me more time to pay it. So neither of those really made financial sense or were things that I could do at that point, so I just kind of let it go. Then when I moved down to North Carolina, there was one day my brother, who's a financial advisor now, sent me a link and said, hey Brian, I've heard some good things about this website, you should check it out. And I said, I've heard people say that they can use it to refinance, to consolidate loans, and it might be a good one for you. So naturally, like many other things I've talked about in this podcast, my brother, who's a trusted resource and one of the most responsible people I know with money, sent me a potential way for me to get rid of these loans. And what did I do? I ignored it. It was just another, I'll look at that later. I procrastinated. I forgot about it. Then several months later, a coworker of mine referenced the same resource. He said that he could offer me a $100 bonus if I joined under his link, and then he would also get $100. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I looked into it. The numbers looked good. I said, what the hell? Why not apply and see what kind of interest rate I could get before I actually accept this? And so keeping in mind, I had loans ranging from 6 to 10%. And at this point, I was at roughly $66,800, just to give you a rough idea where I was. And when the numbers came back, by using this resource, I was able to consolidate all 5 of my loans and reduce my entire interest rate to a fixed interest rate of 6%. So for anybody listening, your loan providers will often offer either fixed interest rates, which are set, but they're generally higher, so they won't be fluctuating based on the economy or throughout the years, but they're generally set at a higher mark. Or you can get a variable interest rate, which generally starts lower, but has the ability to change over time. So I was able to get a 6% fixed interest rate, and then plus their additional bonus of, it's about 0.2% off, or 0.25% off, which brings my cumulative interest rate down to 5.75%. So when you put all those numbers together, the savings are phenomenal. The amount of money and the amount of time, more importantly, that I would need to spend paying back these loans has dropped significantly. So I know what many of you are thinking, what many of you are asking is, what the hell is this resource, Brian? Just spit it out already. So it is called SoFi.com. So that's SOFI.com. Now, SoFi is a really incredible resource, and they offer much more than just student loans. So to give you just a couple quick numbers, they offer student and parent plus loan refinance rates anywhere from 1.9% APR to 5.44% APR. Then they have variable interest rates from 3.5 to 7.49. You can also do personal loans from them, mortgage loans, and parent loan rates. So they offer a great deal of different products. The customer service was phenomenal through the entire application process and the actual acceptance process. And now I'm working with their vendor, True Student, to make my payments. I set up auto pay, which helped to reduce my interest rate even more. And now I'm enjoying paying the same amount, but knocking way more off my principal and not having to worry about as much interest. So, guys, I wanted to do this quick episode for you. To be honest, today I am exhausted. I'm absolutely burned out. I'm back from China, and I'm working off a 12-hour time difference. But I promised you guys 7 days of episodes, and I intend to keep that promise. So, for anybody who is listening in and who has not heard any episodes before, you'll be able to find a link to SoFi and to all the show notes at overcominggraduation.com. And you can also subscribe to the newsletter and the email subscription list at overcominggraduation.com as well. You can contact me at brian@overcominggraduation.com with any questions, concerns, recommendations for new episodes, anything you'd like to learn about, or if you have a recommendation for someone for me to interview, I would love to hear it. So beyond that, guys, that is it for tonight. I'm going to be hitting the hay very soon, and I hope you do as well. I hope you enjoy, and good luck on refinancing those loans, because trust me, guys, for anybody that's telling you it's going to take the rest of your life, of course, Donna shows up on the show. For anybody just listening in, Donna is the train that comes by inevitably every episode. So hello, Donna. Thank you for coming. And Donna will be promoting SoFi.com tonight. So guys, as I was saying, for anybody that tells you you're going to be paying your loans the rest of your life, that is a reality they have chosen to accept. That is not one you need to choose to accept. I want to get rid of my loans as soon as possible. I want to get rid of them in 2 years. So I'm going to work on ways to figure that out. And if you want to do that, you can too. So guys, have a fantastic night. I hope you enjoy listening, and I hope you're looking forward to day 3 coming tomorrow.